Wow, look at that. It's really nice. Washing, washing. Ah, hi, friend. Oh my God. Oh, guys. Oh, no. Oh, where's his sweater? Hi, Ben. It's raining. Hi, Jen. Yes. So we're planning to have a campfire on our side yard, and Adam is watching this. You're so pretty, Jen. And Hubby is doing the cleaning, spring cleaning. How are you, Jen? Hi, everyone. So we're going right now. This is the other. How are you? How's everybody? Yeah, we've been so busy and didn't have much time to pay attention to a lot of things in our yard. But we can go for grilling here. So um, my husband just said like, "Hey, let's clean the side yard." I haven't even given a lot of attention to these plants, but it's still here. I'm not good in plants, but I like watching you all taking care of your plants. And I know I should have done that a lot. I've been so focused on going to appointments, reading documents. But today we're trying to have a campfire or like a small fire. Wow, it's clean. That was fast. Yeah. Okay. I'll hold it. Okay, I'm here. I got it. I got it. Thanks, Dad. It's loud, but it's out. How's the weather there? So far right now it's chilly. It's cold. Today is Friday. It's 4:43. My son is has therapy in the room and someone is watching them. Can't be by himself. Then here we are trying. Oh my god, did I think I smashed a snail. And right now trying to clean our yard and the hubby because we have this small uh stove. It's like a burner that is really safe if you have a small side yard and you can have fire and make some s'mores or we also have griller that I need to watch. The top is for the ground. Okay. What do you want me to do? Just stay here? Okay. All right. So he's washing. Ah, I'm getting wet. Okay. Shower for me. Oh gosh. That's fine. There's a lot of things that I need to cut. Lots of snails around here. I use the blower sometime. Yeah, I feel like I'm taking a shower right now. Okay. I told him that hey, looks like we can have a sunset pictures today. But I think he has a better idea. Just clean here and set up for yard and maybe we can go on live and show you see we couldn't go camping on a spring break of my son because he's at school. But here next week, see you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, you guys. So time for watching. Wait. Oh, where are we? What's that? What's that? Yeah. I'm wet, but that's okay. At least we're cleaning right now. It was a beautiful week, but the last time we had when there's no school, it's crazy. It was raining. When we did a camping for a week, it was raining the entire time. Now there's no rain. We can't go camping because Adam and Alvin scheduled get to. How are you all? Thank you, Jen, for watching. I forgot what's this plant, honestly, but I try to water it as much as possible. I need to learn more how to take care of plants. Okay, I'm gonna go. I go. Step out. Ta. So right now, that's the what. So we have some of these furnitures that it's been there because we rarely sit outside and it build up some dust. And if we miss if we missed it for a week or two, okay, I'm gonna go step out. I'm already soaking wet. If we miss it 1 or 2 weeks, it builds up with dirt. So now my job is I'm gonna try to clean our front, make sure everything is there's everything here is clear. So our front is being maintained as part of our rent, but we still have to take care our front, the back, the side yard. We're not allowed to put any furnitures, uh, or any toys. It's just the furnitures only. So got this. Gotta clean that. We got some of that stuff that trying to clean today to make sure that we can enjoy on weekends here. Today, I took Aldrin to eye appointment, and every year he has eye appointment. But I didn't anticipate that he had a challenge because what happened was that they he was he we have insurance that yearly they cover the new pair of eyeglasses, and then of course there's part that they covered all these assessments, and then a dilation is covered, but he couldn't have a dilate. It's hard because dilate when they dilate your eyes, of course you can't see anything. um Sensory issues is one of the biggest problems, so it hurts his eyes. He would not let that happen. So I try to have this. There's this machine, I forget the machine called, that you just stare at these bright lights and you keep focusing on the green light, and then it will show the back of your head of if there's any issues with your vision. Not at all. He could not even sit there because after the first procedure where they flash the letters, they make him read the letters, it exhausts his vision. And so me and the doctor were working together. I was trying to prevent any behavior that could happen, but I watch the body language if any aggression could happen, like let's say he throw something out of nowhere, or he snap like that, because language delay could happen without saying anything, and he doesn't want to do anything. And so me and the doctor were working side by side. He didn't want to finish it, and I'm like, oh my god, I hope I could finish this, and then we can figure it out if he needs another eyeglasses. So we finished the first procedure, reading,
the letters, because like they ask you like which one is clear, the one or the two, the three or four, five or six, and you have to touch the forehead to that toes. He wouldn't keep it. So I'm trying to help him, as the doctor asked me if I can assist behind him. And he didn't have a haircut too. That's a problem. Didn't have a haircut, so his hair was a barrier to see it. Oh, hi! Thank you, everyone. Actually, it's 7 now. Thank you. I appreciate it. And so while we were doing that, the doctor was so sweet. She's Asian doctor. She's so sweet, and it was fine. But then my son was like, oh, actually, another thing she was doing is that she has to dim the light. That's part of accommodation for them. That people with autism has issues with the bright lights, and then they couldn't focus. These are triggers that cause them to have headaches, or anything could happen that you don't know. So she dimmed the light, and then she presented it the way that we can easily, make the flows. But it was exhausting for him, for sure, because he wasn't responding. He had to repeatedly, like one or two. And then there was a time that he would just say, oh, he's in a therapy inside the room. He has a behavior therapist. They're working on him. Behavior therapist is not something common in the Philippines. They are medically necessary, which it helps the people that has autism to regulate themselves and learn the skills to make sure that any triggers that happens to them, they are built with them. And one example is that when they were asked to do a task that is not prepared, like today he wasn't prepared. He didn't prepare to continue the task, which is very important, like medical necessary for him to finish the checkup for the doctor give you a procedure and you just have to follow. And these are things, it's not a regular procedure. Like, it's not like every month he has it and he doesn't want to finish it. There's a behavior, and behavior happens like he refused, yelled, aggression, instead of telling that I need to take a break, or instead of I'm not comfortable, I don't want to finish it. So we teach them to the behavior teach them to be language. But then our insurance doesn't cover the training during medical session, which is that's what I was advocating, because I told them that having a behavior therapist to train them during the medical procedure, it's not going to be successful if they can't regulate. We wasted the time going to the medical provider. We didn't get what we needed. Like, he needs. Hi, J Boy. Thank you. Hi, Bellas. Hi, thank you for coming. I wasn't even expecting. I was just want to show how Adam is washing the umbrella. And so during that procedure, in the past, the behavior therapists, because this is not common in the Philippines, and it's not easy to find therapists anywhere, which is one of the reason we stayed in California. Because happy birthday! Whose birthday? Oh, Jenny! Oh, happy birthday! So one of the things about the behavior therapies, they work on they target those skills that would help them to understand how to um how do you say that, respond without harming themselves or harming people around them. If they do not prefer it or they do not like it, how do they handle in a situation with that? Do you yell? Do you kick? Do you hit people? So these things were given to them. Okay, this procedure is going to happen. Take a deep breath. You will be given this procedure. So those are just a routine. And he didn't have he had that before when before Triker policy have changed, because it was been very controversial, because I have seen that they stop allowing any behavior therapist. It's applied behavior analysis, which is, if you took psychologist, a part of that class, I don't know a lot, but BF Skinners, they were doing all of this uh, extinction of the behavior. I just have a few background of psychology when I took that in college, and a lot of people didn't want that ABA, because it's more of like they said, to making them a normal people, but then they are modifying this kind of treatment where also based on the data. These are all most of data, like is it working? And right now, there is this triker, which is benefits for military, that autism care demonstration, which is under that, is they are monitoring the data. If they are actually going to fund it, if it's really helping people that has autism, like my child. And of course, the American Pediatric Association disagreed about all of the restrictions that Triker did. I think this was started 2021, because before, behavior therapists can go to school, to private school, and then kids can handle participating in school. uh, there's a therapist telling them, this is how you make friends, this is how you socialize, this is the skills that the words, you don't just knock around with people. um, a lot of those, but of course it's funding, it's the money. So today I had that challenges today. It's been a while I have that. It's wild that he really protested and said, I don't want to finish this, I don't want to do this. And so I told the doctor, I guess we can't do anything about it. I don't want the medical appointment be a traumatic experience for him, because if I forced him to finish things that is not comfortable, I would have a hard time to go s- to go to another procedure and other procedures. So the hardest part is lab work, and they have to restrain him. It's hard. It's hard for parents to see that, but especially, they will cry, they will be mad, they'll be angry. But if it's needed, and you don't want to sedate them too, because there are some kids that died from sedation, which is, I'm so glad so far in the dental appointment, he let them had an X-ray for him. He had an X-ray, and he was able to put something on his tooth to prevent any cavities. And yeah, so yeah, so after that today, I have a meeting with the behavior therapist team, and I told them that if this goes, you're not going to be working this behavior outside of the house, which is very important. I told them that, and I involved the insurance company in the Congress office too, telling them that we are aware that this is data is being monitored until 2028 if this treatment is being effective. But effectiveness is is not 100% with all the restrictions being applied, because when all of the concerns are not even approved, what's the point of seeing how a treatment can be effective? Just like what is happening is I couldn't even take him to a medical procedure that is needed. And even the doctor will order it over and over and say, hey, he need this and he need that. And I have to explain doctor over and over. And I say, it's not that we are preventing him for all of this, your recommendations, your treatments that you need. But behind this is there's a challenges and barriers that we needed a support. So we'll see what, according to Kennedy Jr., they're going to try to help the family that struggling on this, and that we'll see what's happening. So yeah, I like to share the journey of autism, because when I was a teacher in the Philippines, something that I never knew how challenging to have someone with autism, because they're human being, and they are being judged of people that is very difficult. Retarded is no longer acceptable word to them. Actually, that is very demeaning. So we, a lot of advocates wanted to remove that word. Um, it's okay because it's very I don't know. They just remove that. They just remove that to make sure of that when you call that to anyone is you still acknowledge them as the same as everyone. It's just the structure of their brain was different the way typical people can, and autism is is something that we don't know how did it happen, why did it happen. I don't know. Some people found out they have autism, like Kanye West, because it's different. I'm gonna read this. Ha, thanks, JB. Janelyn said, Kuya Belus said, Happy birthday, Miss Lynn. Janelyn said, Thank you, Kuya Belus. Janelyn said, Thank you, Ate Pinayhard. J-Boy, Ate Pinayhard, oh, you're such a strong one. You go through so much. Stay strong, Ate. Oh, thank you. Thank you, J-Boy. I know. You know, I love to bring this awareness if I'm in the Philippines, and I know this is going to be hard for something to see. I mean, especially I've been watching a lot of Filipinos. I'm so proud of Filipinos sharing their journey on this. Actually, I'm really proud of family sharing this in the social media, and then and I see that there was a law now that at least giving I think treatments for them. And I see a lot of people saying, how about dyslexia? How about ADHD? How about other diagnoses? But I think one thing at a time, because autism is a big it's there's there's a lot of differences still when you say autistic people. They are still different. See, Elon Musk is autistic. So there's a high functional, there's different levels. My son is a mode 2. He was mode 2 severe. It became severe in the absence of the training. Yes, J Boy, he does. He does have. Check it in Google. A lot, because you can be misdiagnosed. Uh, People thought he has bipolar, and then he said his wife was asking him to keep finding a good doctors that sounds like he has those behaviors, and then he confirmed he has that. So yeah, he opened up about it because it could, well, autism is a very broad spectrum that like I said, my son is mode to severe. Severe happens when there's no interventions and the parents are in a denial, and you're in denial that something is wrong, and then you find out later on there is underlying on it, because if you don't get diagnosis of your kid that is struggling, and then there is a resources, there is a law that is in place to protect them, you're removing their rights to get a proper treatment. So when someone told me, because I found out this when Aldo was crying a lot. We were riding a train, he was screaming, and I'm like, what is going on? We keep going. I take him to the zoo, I take him everywhere. We traveled a lot. I drive everywhere. And then he was crying. He's like, nothing makes him happy. That's when Filipina told me that I think you should check him. He seems like a kid that has autism on this. Of course, I didn't know what's autism. I was offended, and I'm like, what's that? Because when you don't know autism, you only think autism is in Philippines is, oh, they're not normal. They're just one crazy people. They're just violent people, things like that. Because how many autism are we exposed to, right? And then one Filipina reached out to me. She said, "Hey, I think you should try because my daughter was crying the entire time." And yeah, that's when I found out my daughter has autism. Maybe your child has. So we moved here. That's when it was hard, honestly. When you're a parent and have no idea what is the diagnosis and you have no idea where to get help, fear happens. Your fear is that how do you help your kid in a situation where you don't know where to start? None of your family knows about it, or your family judged the people about it. All your life, you thought they're never going to get better. So, those are the fear of parents. And that happened to me. And I'm like, "Well, how do I start on this?" Of course, the good thing about here, he was diagnosed. There was a procedure, there was a letter. You can follow this through and through. It was still hard that time because Adam was still recovering from his brain surgery. So I'm like, my husband have changed his personality after brain surgery. Then my son has diagnosis, and I'm like, okay, which one I should go first? So I started learning, which is, I mean, I'm thankful that we were in California because there's so many organizations here in California that provide you resources, give you resources. I was able to participate in some nonprofit agency. They like they have some music, and then you meet other parents that their kids has autism, and then they share with you their journey, and then I have cried many times of all these behaviors that I didn't understand. We went to a party, and when we were in a trampoline area, this kid was working young and told my son he has to switch to a different area because the big trampoline area, he didn't want. He did not want to leave that area. He was throwing his feet. He was crying. He was hitting me. And then the mother of my friend, because she kept saying, "You need to go out. You need to go out. You need to socialize. Come with my son." Because her son is autistic too. You know what? After 20 minutes, I left. We left. I was crying. And this is what she said: "Don't hit your son. Don't spank your son. It's okay. The behavior happens. And now we know what triggers." So I was crying. Like, I was like, what just happened? And then that's when you understand that it's not their fault. It's the people around them doesn't understand them. I could have communicate. Now I know, like, when my son has difficulty, I communicate immediately and I tell them this is how it works. Is this going to accommodate this? Can my son, if my son refused to do this, do you have a place where he can, uh, have a place to come down? Or if you can, if he cannot, can you just let him? So things like those, you want to work with them. So they keep an eye. It's like, okay, yeah, yeah, we can do that. Because everyone and around them, they became aware. It's like, oh, okay, okay. Yeah, he can't handle it. So when we go to an event and we tell them that I need this, but just letting you know, like today, I told to the person that giving the procedure for my son to, it's like more an hour, like asking him to sit down and to look. I told her I need to take a picture because these things, I told her, this is a reminder to my son the procedure that he needs to do next time. I'm not filming you, but I'm also letting you know that if you see me, I'm giving him a prompt. It's because this prompts helps him. So if my son could not understand the instructions, I do it and then he copy me. So yeah, so that those things are are the good things about being in America, because America, of course, have been um, have the law that protects the people that has disability like that. It's in place in there, and I know that some of the Filipino teachers here, they said, "Oh, I wish Philippines has this and that," but because there's a lot of money involved here, a lot of taxes we're paying. That's why everything has a law. But yeah, just sharing with you my day. Thank you for your prayer about stay strong. Yeah, stay strong and stay positive and believe. I mean, I feel more empowered when people have the knowledge and understanding about them and listening, because if the more we bring awareness to everyone, it it helps them that if parents like me are no longer here, we know someone out there understands that, oh yeah, this is autism. Oh yeah, that's their behavior. So I think in order for us to help them, we know how to, we don't add to the trigger or don't judge them. They're not the bad person. Just that they just don't know how to communicate effectively, where they don't not that they don't empathize, they can't, the part of their brain cannot see what you're going through. It's literally they can't see it. Like you're sad, you're crying. They see you crying, but they cannot feel that. They cannot feel the moment of your emotions. They cannot effectively put themselves through, but they have to learn how to respond with other emotions. So that still needed therapy. One example of that is when I was crying when my mom died. My son didn't understand that. Typical kids, right? They'll hug you, they'll kiss you. He was hitting me because he didn't understand that that was his language. He didn't talk until he's 8 years old. His language is give me attention. So he was tapping me. It's like he's hitting me, and he doesn't understand that cry, that grief that I was experiencing at that moment. So was it sad? Yeah, it was sad. Who doesn't want to have a kid that he some 2 years old, 3 years old already hug you and tell your mom, I'm sorry. They can communicate with you. Well, with him, so she's 8 years old before he can talk to us. Um, and then I have talked to different therapies, and you go a lot of assessments. Where's the progress? And you can't rely on all therapies too for the scheduling. Um, so that's why when you have a therapist, you want to be involved too, and you want to learn what they're doing, because sometimes some therapists, they're just burnout and then they just show up, and then you're wondering like, what did he learn? So now I learn to advocate. I give, I I speak to them and I tell them, this is what I know and this is what I want to work with him. Now, if this is not gonna be work, if your company cannot work on this skills that I want, then I think there's no point. There's no point. We're sitting on this 3 times a week. I'm paying you. You're charging my insurance. We're wasting time to a goal that is not going to happen. So, so 7 years, almost 7 years journey. This is what I have learned. If if you don't know how to, advocate, advocacy is not whining. Advocacy is telling exactly what you want to accomplish, what you want to see an improvement, because you don't waste people time. And then for them to if they don't know what you want, they're just doing anything that they want to do. I say, what are you doing? Oh, this is what I'm doing. And so my question is, if that's what you're doing, how does it helps my son in a natural setting? And this is why I have a meeting, multiple meetings, and I would say it was exhausting. It was tough. But you see, my son, I can take him anywhere. But there's a lot of prompts because a lot of parents they were scared. You know, a lot of parents like I can't do that. I won't do that. And a lot of my video and my journey, my husband doesn't have to be there, although he needs to be there. I feel I was accomplished enough that if we can go together, I'm just aware the places that could, that could make it uh, trigger for him and would not benefits him if we are in that area. And I know what approach, because when I know what is my approach, I tell everybody how to approach him. Some people, they act like they know better, but some people, they like to learn. And so when I tell, because this is American style, American people like to share, but it sounds like more confrontational. But I became adapted to how American style is like. They tell you exactly how to resolve it, and you do it. But it sounds offensive for Filipino, right? It's like, what's he saying? This is what I do. But if you try it, sometimes their style it work out. So this is what we do here in America. We tell you straight. They didn't insult you that you're not doing well, but they will tell you exactly how they want you to do it. But in the Philippines interpretation, we're so emotional and we think like, oh, you're better than me. You're not better than me. I'm better than you. So that's one thing I learned about here in America, in which slowly something that if I ever work with Filipino or hire a Filipino, I I have to be more considerate the situation that we're like, hey, this is not to offend you. This is to share you. This is to train you. And in the event, you can be proud of because you were trained and you know it and you can flourish. And because I was trained too, I was trained of multiple doctors and providers of my son. And this is how I become knowledgeable because I take him in all medical appointments, a lot of medical OT, speech therapy, behavior therapy, vision therapy, neurologist, gastroenterology. I have go around it and ask and find out. So yeah, that was a joy. I think that's one thing being in America too, because there's a lot of options you can ask around, and you're not limited. If you don't want the other provider, you go to a different provider who has a better perspective, and you can even ask around the one that understands autism, which there's a lot around here too in San Diego. Yeah, so it sounds boring to some, but this is this is a Pinay wife, Filipina, um, was born in Philippines, came here at 27 years old, and 40, 45 now, and look at my husband here. But learn a lot. I am always forever thankful for the skills that America have given me, for the people that have taught me. I cherished a lot. I am very fortunate that my son is American, that he was born in the land of America where his rights are acknowledged, and America is giving tools, resources, different country, good examples of how we accept people like them. So forever thankful on that. Look at my husband. He's right there. Hey, honey. What's up? What's up? Look at that. Hey, say hi to your friends, our friends. So these are the lost plants. What do you call this weed? So this is we have a small side yard. It's done washing. Yeah, cleaning. I know. Haven't. Oh, look at that! It's really clean now. Thanks, honey. I will put this though, and you can hear the train over here. I wish I'm so good in planting. Oh my gosh. Hey, hon. So, are we using the stove or the stove top, whatever you call it, here? Oh, he's on his headphone right now. So, okay, so that headphone keeps him focused too. If you notice that uh headphones, my husband or my son has headphone. This is to filter the sound around it. Yeah, that's fine. The sound around them that aggravates them, or you can just focus on one thing. Oh, J Boy, I Kuya Bell said, I love Wyoming, but it is really a state of its own. J Boy said, you were younger when you went there, sister. Yes, I was. Look at that. See? We're about to clean and remove this. It's been we stored some of the stuff here, and Adam said, "Yeah, it's time for us to remove that." It's been a while, and then we're gonna put some. We're gonna. So what happened here is that we put it outside, and then they pick it up by Monday. I was cleaning the other day, but I've been out all week, and then when it's raining, it's a mess. Yes, J Boy, I was young. I just got my license in the Philippines. I think I got my teaching license sometime around 2005. Like, I don't even know what is autism back then. And then Adam told me that I need to come here because I got 6 months. So soon as I get my visa, I got 6 months. Says I have 6 months to use that visa and entered the US. Of course, the procedure starts begin once I get here. So I cried because I wasn't ready to leave the Philippines. I wasn't really ready, but I thought of yeah, if I waited, if what could have happened if I waited, and he needed it, and he has not a lot of money because his job, he lost his job couple of years. So it helps too because soon as I get it took me 7 months before I got my green card. And then when I got my green card, I got a job at Walmart. And then uh, that's when I experienced racism in Las Vegas, Nevada. But my boss was my pharmacist boss. He's a white guy. And it's weird though. The racism happens and it's not even coming from the white guy. I, the one telling me I don't speak English well. It's not from them. That was the horrible part. I was told that I don't speak English well, like I should speak English. So yeah, my boss saw those. It's like, wow, people here are so mean in America. So I experienced those. And that's how life is. Uh you're gonna learn. I was even yelled by old people telling me you should be able to speak Spanish because we speak Spanish here. And I'm like, oh my God. So I don't speak English. I don't speak Spanish. And I live in America. What the heck? America. And then when those were things are happening, was my husband was not with me. He's in a boot camp. I was like, what in the world? You brought me in America where there's so many discriminations and racism, but it's gonna make you strong. But like I told you, I was working with um people there at that time. I'm not meaning to say I'm not going to I'm not meaning to say to be racist, but I just happen to work with around with white people. And they're the one protecting me and telling me there's nothing wrong with you. But I experience all of those discrimination that from the white people. And I'm like, I thought you guys are the one racist. He said no, it was just my boss told me. He's still my friends in Facebook. He told me that no, it's just that a lot of people are ignorant. So I know it's hard transitioning from from your country to a country that that's diverse, but you meet an ignorant people telling you that you feel like you're not belong here, but this is America. We welcome everyone here, and yeah, don't feel bad. So while Adam was gone, I didn't feel like going back to Philippines because I felt that yeah, there's a lot of people that's gonna be mean to me because I'm not from here, but let them be because he was right when he told me that it's just that there's a lot of ignorant people. Then someday I will learn how to defend myself. And you don't have that time. I'm just conditional, right? I'm not U.S. citizen. You just follow the law, and then you promise them that you're not a threat in America. Especially if you're only a fiance. Fiance is very restrictive. You come here within 6 months, you gotta be good because it's not you're not getting your green card yet. But if you're married in the Philippines and you come here, at least your papers are already been set up and you got a green card. Everything is fine. But for fiance, you're just the beginning of the stage where you have to prove if you're going to get a green card. So you are in an extra. You're so cautious and everything. There was this one time I opened a door and accidentally hit the other car, and this lady's non-white. She started yelling at me. Oh, you hit my door. You are not cautious. She's like yelling at me the whole time. My husband stepped up and my husband said, was it damage? Was it really, you know, do you need to file a insurance claim? And she stopped. It was just a little hit, because I didn't foresee how close she is. It doesn't even have a dent. So those things happening, and then the work too. A lot of workers is going to ask you and take advantage of you because you're from different country. Make you a favor. In we Filipinos, it's hard to say no. Yeah, it's hard for us to say no. We're so like easy to please. Like yes, yes, and I was like that. just to just to say that I don't have a problem with it. It was so like yes, I can help until I met a Filipina and my manager said no, can't be like that. You have to put limitations. You have to learn that you can't do things that you can't do. If you say no, no. If they want to ride with you and you can't, don't do that. You're not obligated because there's a lot of times like I was letting them ride with me and I dropped them off, just to have friends. Then that's when Filipino grew up and told me that nope, they're taking advantage of you and this and that. So I think I was glad. I was so happy that I lived here and I have learned Right. J Boy said, no whites. Yeah, J Boy. Yeah, those. That's why I couldn't understand. It's not because I married him, but when he was gone, it's not even the white was discriminating me the entire time. Most of the time, it's not the white that made me cry and made me mad. Honestly, the they're not the one who told me I need to speak English, and they're not the one who told me I need to go back to where I came from. Honestly, but but one thing about California, though, I never experienced those. I think that's the good thing about California. Adam told me that when he said, when you live in California, you wouldn't experience those. And I didn't. It's different culture when it comes to you're gonna have a culture shock because there's so many race here. I never experienced anything that I would feel like I'm not from here. You're so welcome. I think that's one thing that I have enjoyed because I have lived Las Vegas, I have lived in Florida, and I have lived in California. Florida and Las Vegas were those states that I felt racial discrimination really bad. I mean, yeah, that's my experience. And in California, it's more of welcoming when it comes to different race. And that's one thing I like about it. And Adam was right. Because one time I was crying. He said, "Why are you crying?" And I told him, like, I was told this and that and bring out my race. And I felt like being taken advantage. And he was heartbroken. And he said, "I'm sorry, but in California, you won't feel that. You will be welcome." And which is true, really, really true, that there's a rights that was placed on them and for whatever other things that they're doing. But yeah, that's one thing that I like here. That's why probably there's a lot of Filipinos in here too that that are working. Yes, J Boy was right because too many ethnics in California. Yes, yes. So I felt never there are times they don't even understand me because I still like ran out of my words and they'll just kind of know already what you're trying to say because they're used to it. Probably they know already when so many people that they know of. I visited Las Vegas, I think a year ago. I was upset that the way they treated my mom's niece in a post office. It's like I don't because more accommodating here for elders too, and then with English as the secondary. That's why there's no perfect states, I guess. There's not. But if you're gonna compare me, of course, um, I like Florida because it's cheap. I think much experience because Florida, I was working a lot, and it's hard to say something, but my knowledge was more of I was surrounded with Filipinos. I was around with Filipinos a lot. So I didn't explore much around with other race. I was focused spending so much time that I want to be with a big group of Filipinos that I thought that we could be forever best friends for life. That I thought of that no matter we die, we're old, we're like high school best friends for the rest of our lives. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Then I left. That's not what I thought. I was wrong. And then Japan, there's a lot of Philippines. That's when I became more of protective about my family and protective about our own kind, J Boy, that like, I didn't know Filipinos are capable to do this on their own people. And so I met some Filipinos and said, yeah, that's why my friends are not Filipino. So here in California, I've There's so many things to do. There's so many things to do because there's so many resources that are giving it to you that hey, if you have these issues, it's posted everywhere. It's written there. Now the question is, are they really implementing it? But it's written. Was the good thing is if you're reading it, you can use it against them if they're not implementing it, which is good, right? Because it's accessible and you can read it and you can share it. Tell them, hey, it says here, but you're doing this. But in the states where you can't see that it's visible how to access it, and then you ask them, and they can deny, like, we don't have that. We don't have that. Yeah, that's harder. That's really harder to make them accountable. And so, I don't know, Becky Bellis, how is your Wyoming is like? How's your lifestyle there in Wyoming? I bet you guys are very pretty laid back. Texas are nice. I love Texas. I heard that Austin is really, really beautiful, but it's expensive. Uh, it's more affordable. They're very respectful to military member. We only went there like we drove by there in Texas, Dallas. I love Texas. I like Texas, I guess, but Adam said that we don't have family there, so kind of hard. And I understand. So that's why we're stuck to California. And then what stopped us from Florida, I think it's because of my experience with Filipino folks. If they're watching the YouTube or not, or my Facebook, they know them that we spend years surrounded with Filipinos only to feel like when you're no longer around them, they backstab you. So that's why you have to be cautious to people that was blinded by the materials or the wealth that they have. And that's what I have seen. They came from this is not demeaning the people from the province, but a lot of them came from not from the city, married someone that has lots of wealth here, and it changes their values. Came to the part like they become like a prima donna and then acting like I can buy you. So I didn't understand it because as a city girl in the Philippines, we're more of career. We're more of our competitions is more of a career. I don't care what you have, but more of like what is your job or what school you come from. That's how city in the Philippines like. You know J Boy, right? Do you recommend girls from California? Hey, Janeline, thank you. You're still present. You know what? It says I'm zero viewer. But I'm just going to keep talking for a while until Adam is finished there. So, do you I recommend girls from California? Jay Boy, you're so funny. Haven't you have enough there in You know what, Jay Boy? There's a lot of girls chasing you. Well, you only need, like I told you, there's a movie I wanted you to see. Is Friend. You don't need a new, no rush, right? I mean, you have three girls. What is it to rush, right? I don't think J Boy wants to marry. I think J Boy wants best friends only until he met someone. That's how I see J Boy is, and also Jen. Jen too. I think Jen is more of a career for now, and Jen is not even thinking if she would want to enter another. That's how I see you guys. Like I like your personality, you both. That's why I enjoy you. That you guys know what you want to do. Like you learn from your experience, and it makes you smarter. You both are very cautious in your actions, and you just want to enjoy life. Oh my God, J Boy, I have a lot of boys kinda chasing me. I'm pretty sure, J Boy. I'm pretty sure. You look, yeah, you look good for sure. And Vice Ganda likes smart people and a very good sense of humor. And I'm pretty sure. So be cautious when you go to Thailand because you thought it was who was that Miss Universe? And then next thing you know, it was a Vice Ganda. So I think you, Jen, and J Boy might be successful in your journey for your career, like YouTubing and then J Boy and a business. I don't know. It's not that I'm wishing luck. I don't know if the sooner you'll get one because like I told you, if you have failed one, and that's a Filipino thing too. If you failed one, you're trying to focus one thing to be successful. Focus one thing that you want to do first. And since you have experience already being married, you experience already being you know, you already have kids. You don't want more kids, you know. Or Jen, experience already being married and want to go back to what you have missed. That's fine, right? It's still nice to. I mean, dating is fun, right? And there's no one uh telling you that hey, you got to be home like this. You know, I mean, you went through that already. I remember when Adam told me before his surgery, he told me like, "Oh, you, I'm sure you're gonna get married," and I said, "No, I don't know. I don't think so." And he was laughing. I said, "Why?" I told like, I don't want to have to think about the meal of my partner all the time. Like, what do you want to eat? I'm gonna buy food. What do you want to buy? Or I have to tell like, hey, I'm gonna go with my friends, and then next thing you know, I get a call. What time I'm gonna go home? And he was just laughing the whole time. I said, I think when you experience things in life and you want to change to be more successful, go to that route that you have not experienced yet, and then enjoy it. And if it's a missing part of your life and you feel like you have accomplished one thing and it's still missing, maybe go back to your you know to the loved ones to the loved ones, or serve with the young kids, or you can adopt, you can have a friend. Doesn't have to be, you know it- if marriage is not meant to happen, I guess. Like me, when I married Adam, I have a career, right? I had a master's. I struggled for years to accept that I couldn't go back. I couldn't work. I couldn't do what I started. I I have to mentally prepared of being a wife too. But I was working in America, and I kept thinking like I can't be both. Maybe it's just not meant for me to be a good wife and a good career woman because I gotta make sure that when I came here, I said I want to get married, and I promised to take care of him. Maybe that's something I need to be good at. But yeah, there was a time I blamed him. This is a long time ago because we've been 18 years that I told him like I have to give up everything. And I felt like I couldn't go anywhere. I'm stuck to being a wife. But you know what? Now I reminded him and I tell him, you know what? I realized that I didn't have any title, like Mom Jackie, the manager of the restaurant. But the title of being a mother of a special need kids and married to a veteran that is disabled, I think it's the highest career and title that I am proud of because I would not have this knowledge that I have if I did not accept that my path is being a wife and not going to the path where I just want to be what I want to be. And so I accepted that. But for years I was like, I finished college. I was a licensed teacher, and then I was a guidance counselor. But then, there was a time I was telling them that, what am I here in America then? What am I doing here in America? I felt like, yeah, I was struggling, and I kept telling him, all I have to do is just deal with this racism. I have to, I have to. When you're not around, I felt like I am lost. I'm lost in a world that I was not from. But when you're in, that's why they say, when you're in that situation, enjoy it, enjoy that moment, and then reflect. What is it for you to make it better if it's not available? I tried to apply to be a teacher, but I need to go back to school. I i have all my transcripts translated. Hi Norm, how are you? Norm said, hey Jen. And Jen said, yes ate, Pinay heart, you're 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 right for sure. Is that what you mean? You're very right. How are you, Kuya Norm? From Jen. And J-Boy said, hi, Norm. So, yeah. And then I have focus now for being a mom and a husband. And if ever one day, I go home, I wish I could go home soon, tonight, tomorrow. I wish. I can only wish. You see, I glow. I wish it's just an easy process to just move without thinking like, I have to sell the house. But I have to go back to focus that we're gonna able to sell the house. We're gonna be able to have enough money to move. We're gonna be able to, we're gonna be able to let go a lot of stuff that we don't need to bring. Those are a mental process too. It's a process that we have to accept that I have been um, trying to get ready for all the things. I'm not overthinking, but I was writing every now and then, like, what are the things that I'm not gonna miss? What are the things that wouldn't frustrate me when I move? But I write to, what are the things that are the good things? Because that's what Adam told me. We need to write the good things in the Philippines. Did not count everything that was happening more here, and you're looking towards the Philippines because you're going to be pushing back. I don't want to go if it's not available there. So I'm starting to write now. And you know what's the first thing I wrote? I met good people now. You all. That's my number one. I will go home. I live in Philippines. I have friends. I met friends. That's on my list. And then I put, my husband has friends. So those are just my list. Oh, Norm said, I'm good, Jen. Just got up. J-Boy said, I have everyone is like Jen and just sleeps. I know, right, J-Boy? But you know what? Thank you. Thank you. I have friends. Because for many years, I was wondering, actually, if I go home to Philippines, what's my purpose? Because I don't want it to go to Philippines ever since. I'm the one telling, like, what to do in there. I don't think there's something out there. I think God talked to me and say, start, I don't know, out of nowhere, I started watching Mike, and then I found Kuya Gino, and then I found you guys, and I found James and Karen. And it made me appreciate the Philippines because of you guys. And I thank you. I thank you. And then I have all your groups and you're my friends, and I felt, and I Kuya Bellis, and I felt that, wow, you know, and then I watch a lot of vlogs that how expats are friends there compared to here. We're on our own, which is true. We're on our own in this country because I we have to keep up the lifestyle here. We want to keep the home that we're living at, and then the cost of home is expensive. So you want to work harder. The more it costs, the more you need to make more money. And then you don't want to go change, you don't want to change somewhere, because if you change, that's hard. So if we're going to change it, it's for the better. And yeah, me and Adam was hoping that when the time comes, we resolve everything. We'll get to meet you all. But Adam's gonna go first to see you. He wants to see you all there. Maybe JV already have a palace. Yes, JV, like you already. Norm said, Kuya Norm, you should be proud how strong you are, Jackie. Thank you, Kuya Norm. Yes, you know, Kuya Norm, I am happy that you are all giving me so much praise and good things, and that I'm starting to see some of my friends Facebook recognizing me as well, because I starting to share my journey, and I'm starting to tell them that how you guys inspires me, that Philippines is really a home, that we don't need to be on our own here. I mean, yeah, we have nice places to go, right? But we, we, we don't need. Have you seen me in any of my video? I have friends or group that I go to, because I could make friends, a ton of friends if I want to, but that's not my priority. And they're far, very far. Like we have to drive, and the gas prices are expensive. And then when you meet your friend here too, your friend is struggling too. So you don't want to ask their time, hey, you have time for me? But they're working. They need to rest. They need to sleep. They need to. So unlike in Philippines, your friends can come with you. You can offer food. You can offer your home. You can, or you have a neighbor. You just want to go out and you want help. And they are there to help you. And so those things are very, very valuable in our home country. And J Boy, we're gonna b- we're gonna disturb J Boy. Hey J Boy, you wanna have trailer, right? Adam wants to have a sailing boat. So Adam wants to get the sailing class before we go to Philippines. And I told him like, yeah, that's fine. I guess if that's something you want to do, that's fine. I like to have trailer, because I told him I think that's something that we can go camping, and we can go camping all together. uh we can park at James and Karen front, right? James and Karen, you should use your front or your big backyard like a camping area we can rent, set it up. That would be so cool. I was thinking of that because here, if you have a big land, right? And American people know this, or I'm sure Australians, get a big land, right? Set it up, put the water and electricity and Wi-Fi, and then camping area, and then you rent it out. We pay. I think we pay here $60, $70 a night. It's expensive, right? On the bay, it depends on the location. So that's one of the things I wanted to do, and I'm like, hey, we can have like a big land. I know camping is not common in the Philippines, but I've seen like there's people like doing a lot of customize their jeepney, like they're doing they can sleep in there, and that's a nice area. Like James and Karen, you should start like at least like a camp and tent in front of you with a bonfire. Where are they? They're busy right now. Are they listening? Oh yeah, James and Karen, you should set up like something like a tent or something. James knows what I'm talking about, and Kuya Belus. Kuya Belus too. He has a big farmland. Like if we visit Kuya Belus, like we have a truck or car, as long as you have a bathroom, a shower area, and then there's like a kitchen, and we can all meet up. Like, okay, let's go bonfire or camping. You can internet setup. That would be so cool. You know. So yeah, when I was looking at James and Karen, and then I was looking at Kuya Belus, I'm like, those are cool. Maybe someday they can have like a rental camping area there too. Or fishing, like we can go fish and then like we go on our tent again. So okay, fine. And there's a parking area. We can just I know James knows what I'm talking about, and all of the experts knows what I'm talking about. You guys have a big land, and JV is going to have a trailer. That's your first customer. And if we go there, we'll be next to, and my son loves that too, camping. And it's a family, it's a family thing. You don't have to worry about. I mean, you can also set up like accommodations, but because I see in Cavite. But then I think it's booming now. They're building. Some people are doing that now, like setting up a place where they converting it into a camping area. So that's what we do. So sometimes we go to others. We go to Point Mugu. So we park there, of course. It's inside the base. Outside is $80. In the base is $70. And the outside is $85. So we just parked in the land, of course. And there's you just they just have water and just stuck in your small trailer. And some just have a car. They just have a car. And then they have this foldable shower with them or portable shower with them. They cover. And then some are just they have a built-in and then they just have gym. They have a washing machine there. So it's little by little, and it becomes a yeah. Those are the things that would be cool. And Jen said, "JV, I'm scared in a boat." Norm said it's hard to set up parks like that here in Australia because of the insurance you are required to have. Marissa won't go camping because of Aswang. Oh, come on, Norm. They haven't experienced. That's why I didn't experience that until I get here. I was afraid. Okay, Filipinos are always afraid of something until we experience it. Remember that. Filipinos are always afraid of something until we experience it because we are conditioned of our friends or sometimes our family or parents telling us don't do this is scary. My mom told me don't ride on a on a on a horse, don't be near to the horse because the horse will kick you. So all my life I'm so scared with the horse. And my husband said that's why the horse scared at you because you haven't even experienced riding the horse, you haven't even touched the horse, and you're already telling me you're scared. That's why the horse doesn't like you. Because when I saw the horse, I was shaking. And that's when Adam told me, the horse are scared of you. Because your energy, you already have that assumption the horse gonna kick you. And I told him, because my mom said the horse gonna kick me. I don't want to be around with the horse. So so now when I see horse, I'm still trying to be close, but Adam said you have to let it. And then I have a friend, she's American. She told me like, you, when you come here, I'm gonna teach you. She told me I'm gonna teach you to be around the horse. But then she moved to Arizona because I didn't have time to visit her for a year. She said, you have to be around with horse. She told me your assumption is wrong, and they're not scary. They're very gentle, and then I saw a lot of kids. They use it as a therapy. So, oh my God, if you guys have horse like Kuya Belus, James, or Norm, that would be one great. That would be great because a lot of expats has mental health problems from what we go through here, right, in America. That would be nice to offer part of your recreation, fishing, horse, right, camping. That would be great. Norm said she was scared of caves until we visited Palawan. She surprised herself when we went climbing through caves and did the underground river. Yes, Norm. Yes. Because we Filipinos are very close to our family, close to our friends. We're small. We love small groups. And we're in a small groups. We listen. We don't feel safe outside until we open up ourselves to an outside world. Hey, honey, you ready? Should we click somewhere? Oh, look at Adam. He's he's exhausted. Hi. Would you like to take a pictures out there? Ah, okay. Did a lot of work. Thank you, hon. Well, let me know. I can drive, and then you bring your camera. Okay. Okay, I'll help him. So this. So I will have to clean this. So yes. So Kuya Norm, Marisa is just scared because they have this belief that province has aswang, which is not true. Especially Karen and James go to Capiz, right? In the city, we were told Capiz is full of aswang. You know? That's in the city people. We were told that, oh yeah, there's a lot of aswang. And also, uh in Leyte, they were told that there's also aswang. Those are just the old folks that yes, he is. He just cleaned and washed, and then early morning he left for he did the work at the at school too. So my son is in a therapy session, and then I'm training right now here. And then he said instead of going somewhere, we can start like a small fire here for doing a s'mores because we didn't go camping. Camping is hard to find a spot in a state park. That's one thing about I see James and Karen going to some camping area. That is really cool. But I haven't seen a lot places they go. If there's other area that offer, I don't know if James Karen can hear me that you can park and you can camp. I haven't seen those. I was wondering, but I see some in the Cavite. But they were just like already built a place for camping. But that would be nice, like you have a car and then the back of your car it's like a bed and then you just park there overnight. There's a place for you to take a shower and then enjoy the nature. You don't have to lodge because it's like J Boy's gonna have a trailer. Right? J Boy's gonna have a fancy trailer. Right, J Boy? J Boy's gonna have, I think, a Land Cruiser. That's fancy. Hey, J Boy, how many people can sit? Can join you? Hey, J Boy, you get a Land Cruiser and then also a trailer. And I see, I see a lot of people here. Here you just have. I don't think that it's available to buy it in the Philippines. You're not pop up trailer. J Boy, you have a pop up trailer in Australia. So it was at the back of the truck, right? And then you just pull it. That would be so cool, right? And then bring a stove. Go to James. I know. No, I told James and Karen that maybe they have big land. That would be so cool if I know they expanded it or something. There's a place to park, and then you can shower there, and then you can go overnight and camping, and that was so fun. There's fishing. Or Cuyabelos is a big land and big farm, and a lot of trucks can he can start build a business for. But I don't know how much people will go. But that would be so cool. That would be so nice to. It's like a retreat for every adult people to go. It's a family thing too because kids can just play around and there's a area to enjoy if you want to drink and the girls will be cooking and fishing, yeah, things like those. So what we do here a lot is if we're not home, we go camping, and then it's cheaper to camp. But now because of the gas prices, I think it's cheaper right now to go in a hotel. because my husband's truck, the diesel is $7.50. I think it's higher now. So it's if we're gonna go to like Point Mugu or Ventura County, I'm like, I guess it's better to use my car with the gas mileage in it and pay the hotel. It might cost more to bring the truck than to pay a hotel. Cause truck and then the trailers is big. That would be so much. Haha. Kuya Norm said, yes, I think you need a special license to load a trailer in the Philippines. I could be wrong though. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Look at my husband's back of the truck. I'll show you. See, he was starting to build this. There's the pillow. We were planning before, like, hey, we can do a boondocking, right? We have can
We
just
have a trailer. We just need a trailer for that.
but for sometimes because you can't find
I take a nap back here when I'm tired.
yeah. So that's yes. So there was a time we go to the called it State Park, and then we lay down there. We put some of foam bed or blanket, and then we set up there. My son loves it while we're at the park because we don't have to drag our trailer, and then we're just laying down in there. And there's a restroom. It was just a day. We didn't do it overnight, and Adam wanted to set it up for. This is the griller. There was a time we're just at a parking lot, and then we're just grilling burger at that time, and no need to worry about cleaning because it was easy. And then across of that there was restroom. We're at the beach, so but right now the gas is so expensive. I don't like. I think it's more affordable to just eat out than to drive anywhere. It costs so much to drive $7.50 for the diesel. And I saw that he wasn't even driving a lot of the truck right now. But we like to drive the truck because we can bring a lot of stuff. Like I said, he was gonna put a small fridge in there. And then after we have a small fridge, we can start I think he was building another. What are you missing to build in there to complete that? I know the bed and then stove. But it didn't happen because he's so busy right now from his school. And then we were like, oh, let's just go for a boondocking. We have a generator too. But because of the time, he was not able to finish them. So yeah, that would be nice in the Philippines. That would be so cool to experience those. I think before we move here, we were enjoying the first year of camping. We went to Julian, California. They have nice pie, really really good pies. Apple pie. Oh my god, apple is so fresh. But the driving, I don't know if I can drive there because it's a windy road, but it's so beautiful. It's farm. It's just farm. All you see is mostly farm, but it's expensive. Houses are so expensive. Uh, the tourist area, it's crowded, really really crowded, but lots of horses. I saw lots of horses there, and I told Adam that I would live here. But then we checked the houses. Oh, okay. It's like almost a million. It's like never mind. And then Solvang, another part of California that's very pretty, very very pretty. Danish people lives there. They have a small village and they have lots of good chocolates. I love it. Very simple, but it's still expensive. So the next one that I like the Ventura. It's not that expensive, but lots of farming too. Lots of strawberries, and they sell honey. So we were looking at those areas, but I told him, I guess the best spot, Philippines. With all this prices of the land here, I told him we can yeah, we could have a land farm, but we don't have people. We can't afford people to work for us if we do that in America. But you can have a big land. We can grow food. You can have a good quality of life in a country where you can even afford to pay people to help you. I guess that's why we're all heading. Right, Kuya Norm? J Boy? That's the plan. Then hopefully, crossing our fingers, early next year, house is good to sell. And then start selling a lot of stuff. I talked to Kuya Jason Potter. Oh, he's not around, right? He's also he can't even tell yet, so because he's also the same thing journey that I told him before you move. You want to make sure that all your papers, your benefits are settled, your records, because we already encountered a lot of pushbacks here. But at least it's easy to fix it while you're here. You can do a Congress inquiry anytime. But if you're in Philippines and those records are not even fixed yet, I told them that he's gonna have a hard time. So yeah, I was able to see him in that in Facebook. Can I do you have one? Maybe I should find you. I should find you in Facebook too. You should cause James, Gabellus, Levi, J Boy, Jen, and I try to promote your page too. Yeah, Carnell, I like promoting your page. So, Kuya Norm, you're doing your. Are you starting to, Kuya Norm? So I want to promote you all, and thank you for your support. Anyway, I'm gonna go for now, and I'm gonna go see feed Adam, and see what maybe I can go live later again, and if not, maybe someone, many of you, I'll just go watch. But I appreciate you, Kuya Norm, Jen, J Boy, Kuya Bellas, uh, James and Karen. If you're listening, thank you, thank you. I know I have a crazy one that's commenting on me on Facebook, but thank you all for supporting me. Um, that person knows my husband anyway. He works with my husband. So that's one of the reason I have not removed him or blocked him. And also he said he's a good person. I don't know. But my friends, Filipino friends supported me said, hey, your algorithm is doing good because of his 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 opinion. So that's why I just put it up in there, and then you can see it in there. And this person that disagreement is more of not being nice the way he talk. But that's okay. Thank you, Kuya Norm. Take care. Bye bye for now.